So I was just looking through memories on my phone today, and as I record this video on this date, it was 3 years ago from today that I just hit my first 10K month online selling my own products and coaching services. Now, this is when I joined Tanner Chichester's coaching program, and I was awarded this award after hitting 10K in 30 days selling my own coaching offer. And it's just in these last 3 months that I just officially launched my first book, documenting my entire journey to achieving 3 consecutive multi-six-figure years in my coaching business and now scaling past 7 figures. So to achieve this award and to launch this book 3 years later, essentially all it came down to is me getting really good at solving problems and providing solutions to those problems that I was solving. Now, it's one thing to just hit your first 10K month to get a cool fancy award like this, but it's another thing to be able to repeat that over and over and over again to consecutive multi-six-figure years and a predictable and consistent online business. So knowing that the journey to hitting your first 10K month with an offer of your own comes back to being able to identify a problem in the market that you're serving and coming up with a solution to that problem. The question is, how do we go about creating an offer that solves that problem that people are also willing to pay us lots and lots of money for? This is what allows you to go from just hitting that first 10K milestone to achieving multiple six-figure years. So in this video up ahead, that's what we're gonna be talking through here today. So before we get into today's topic, up very shortly, I'm gonna share my screen and use my remarkable tablet to use a whiteboard illustration as I talk through what we're gonna be covering up next. But just recently this past week, I sent out an email to my list talking on the 4%. And what I meant by the 4% in this email, long story short, was really coming back to the Pareto principle of the 80-20. Doing the 20% of activities that drive 80% of the results. And the thing is, if we're able to identify the 4% of activities, even fewer than the 20%, nailing it down to the 4, the very few 1 to 2 things that move our business forward each and every day, this is how we're able to advance. And when we look at launching a coaching program of our own, creating solutions to problems that we see in our market, it's one thing for us to be able to identify those problems and create some solutions for it or market those solutions and make some initial sales to maybe achieve that first 10K month like I did to achieve this award here. But to be able to duplicate that, repeat that, build off that, and go from 10K months to 20K months to 30K months to multi-six-figure years to 7 figures and beyond, it all really comes back to learning how to structure our offer in a way that makes it so we're solving that problem so well that people are willing to pay us more and more and more as we continue to grow. We're producing more results, we're producing more happy, satisfied clients, and in turn, we're able to continue to stack the results that we're producing and not just see one 10K month come to life, but see multiple 10K months and more growth come from that. Reason number 1, I'm gonna abbreviate this, DKWTEK. They don't know what they don't know. And that's really number 1 reason why people invest into coaching. They don't know what's in front of them. They don't know the information that they need to know to get to where they want to go. So they want to invest in coaching, support, and access. So they want to invest into that to be able to get the insight, the understanding, and the know-how to provide themselves with what they don't know to get on the path to where they want to go. Number 2, speed. A massive reason why I put so much money into my business early on was because I wanted speed into getting to where I want to go. I spent years struggling staying in the same spot. I didn't know what I didn't know, and I wanted speed to get to where I wanted to go. So I put a lot of money into my business, especially as I started to earn some money. Everything was going back into it to give myself more and more speed to getting to where I want to go. The power of investing into coaching and mentorship is you're able to work with somebody that's been where you want to go, that knows what you don't know, and that can give you speed to getting there. 3, access. This kind of comes back to the 2 that I said before, but ultimately a big reason behind why I've invested into programs like Tanner Chichester's coaching program and many other mentors I've invested into along the way is to have access to these minds and these business owners that have done what I want to do, gone where I want to go, so I can surround myself with them, pick their brain, understand the way they look at things, understand the decisions they made, and the steps that they took to get to where they are now. If you align with one of these 3 reasons why maybe you are investing into coaching or have invested into coaching in the past, let me know in the comments below if you resonate with that. But you're probably asking yourself now, or asking me, Blake, why are we talking about the 3 reasons people invest into coaching when in reality this video is about how to structure your offer to deliver greater results and to grow that offer further and further. Reason being is because to me it all starts here. And if you guys watching this video can start to think through the lens of why people are investing in your coaching and what they're looking for, you can then reverse engineer and think backwards as to how you can structure your offer in a way that provides them with these things in the most efficient, streamlined, and effective way possible to get them results faster and to make them happier. And those 3 principles as to why people buy or invest into coaching, to me brings us back to the question that we brought up originally in this video, which is how are you going to go about creating a structure and offer that people are going to be willing to pay lots of money for? And along with that, thinking about how we're going to go about structuring our offer in a way that solves the problem better than others out there. And a lot of this comes back to embracing our uniqueness, our perspective, and our mindset as who we are as a coach and how we look at things. So as we continue on with this topic, let's start by talking through the system that I used to take an initial offer that got me to my first 10K month to win that award, and continued to scale that offer to being a multiple six-figure product that's led me to where I am today. Well, the structure that was within that offer itself really came back to a few core principles. Those principles are, number one, it had a community element. I'm gonna talk through each of these as I write them out. Number two, it had a training element. Number three, it had group calls. Number four, it had one-to-one calls. So with these four components on screen of an offer, this is really the structure that I instilled into my coaching program to me to align backwards with what we just talked on and what people want when they invest into a coaching offer, and also structure it in a way that gives them everything they need while putting them in a position to achieve the fastest results possible if they simply show up, follow along with what I teach, use the program, and take action on it. Now, let's talk a little bit further through what these components are all about and my mindset behind them. Community, for example, is to me really about the culture of the program. This is the hub where you're bringing in all your students together and a great place for them to be able to network with other members, but more importantly, be able to get support from you and your team, and to also get accountability along with that as well. Next up, looking at the training component, this has a variety of benefits for you and your clients. For you as a coach, it's leveraged. Rather than you having to teach everything on one-to-one coaching calls and go through the entire brain or material that you have in mind to help that client get to where they want to go, you have a leveraged asset with a video course that takes them through step by step that process that they need to follow to either get going with the foundations or to understand the core of what you're teaching and talking about. And this to me is what a training is all about. Some people compare this to things like an FAQ. When you think about an FAQ, this is really questions and answers. I don't look at training as much as that, but it's more so answering key questions, giving answers to those questions, but also taking them through a structured and streamlined process that starts in a sequential manner, from where they're beginning to where they need to get going, to what pieces they need to have in place, setting up components for their marketing, for their sales, systems along with that. This is gonna differ and depend upon what you're teaching and what niche you're in. But the point is, this is giving them a step-by-step plan to be able to follow, watch along with, implement, and take action on, even when you're not serving them on one-to-one or group calls. We look at the group calls up next. This is giving them access, like we talked on before, but also giving them support, accountability, and added support to questions as they're implementing along the way. You see, it's one thing for someone to, let's say, invest into your course, but if they're going through the course, following along with your material and implementing it, there's a good chance as they start to take action on that material, they're gonna have questions. Now, if you don't have a community to come to for them to ask questions, or if they don't have group calls, to come to get questions to those answers, this is going to in turn slow down their process to being able to create growth and results. So if you can give them a hub to answer questions that may not be covered in that training video or in the training material that you have laid out, knowing that there's gonna be caveats along the way as they implement and want to understand how to apply it to their unique business and their unique situation, this is a great reason to include group calls to give them a weekly source to come to ask questions as they implement. Lastly, one-to-one calls. This covers basically all the components that we talked on before of those three, but at the core, it really comes back to access to you as that higher level coach and a customized, tailored plan to helping them get to where they want to go. And this to me is what one-to-one calls are all about. Knowing that everybody's at a different point on their journey. Some people are just getting going with the foundations. Some people are already past the foundations. Some people have already hit their first 10K month and some are at their first 5K month or at zero. With that in mind, there's a good chance that you're probably gonna have folks entering into your program at different stages. Now, although you can be strict upon who you let in your program depending on the stage that you're in, the point is, we all have different mindsets, different outlooks, and different ways that we look at where we're at in our business now and where we're actually at in our business now. And sometimes being able to fit that in a box and just follow a training and say, hey, do this, do that, isn't enough for them to feel confident in applying that for their own business. They want custom strategy. What that student really needs is a customized strategy and a custom plan. And for you as a coach to be able to look into their business and see, hey, this is where you're at, this is where you want to go, this is how we're going to pivot the plan that we've already laid out for you, and this is what I want to see you focus on. And more than anything, this is giving them personalized guidance and direction, and also personalized accountability for when they show up on that next one-to-one call. So notice how here, just as we get going in today's video, we started with thinking about why is it that people buy the thing that we're selling? And now we're thinking backwards as to how can we structure the thing that we're selling and delivering on in a way that fulfills all the reasons that they're buying it and gives them everything they need to not only get results, to implement easier, to get their questions answered, to get support, to not feel left out, and to make them actually feel like they're on the best path, and to make them actually feel like, and to help them see they're on the best path possible to achieving their goals if they continue to follow along, implement, and take action on your guidance and your coaching going forward. And when I started coaching, these are the things I did not think about. For me, it all began with one-to-one coaching, selling just my one-to-one time and one-to-one access. And like I talked on briefly in previous sections of this video, this required me to have to explain everything from top to bottom. I didn't have a leveraged course to refer people to watch that specific training to help cover that question that they're answering on the call, or to give them support between our one-to-one calls on a group session. So by seeing the problems that I saw my clients facing along the way with my one-to-one coaching, this is where when I was developing a more leveraged group coaching offer, I was thinking about how can I structure this in a way that still gives them the one-to-one benefit, but also still covers the benefits and the core reasons behind why they're investing in this coaching to begin with, and that puts them in the best position possible to win. What this negative and positive really stands for is thinking about what do we need to get our clients to eliminate from what they're currently doing in their strategy right now, and what do we need to get our clients to incorporate or add in to what they're currently doing right now to put them in the best possible position to get on the path to getting to where they want to go. So let's break that down further. Let's say you're a fitness coach. You coaching a fitness client and you're thinking about what are the processes I need to take my clients through to get them to maybe lose 20 pounds during my summer shred program. Well, number one, when we're thinking about the things that they need to eliminate first when they come into your program, or eliminate what from they're doing right now in their daily routine, perhaps it's eliminating junk food, and perhaps it's adding in a 30-minute daily walk. And on the flip side, perhaps it's adding in 30 minutes of daily movement. This is going to put them in a position to already work towards their weight loss performance goal. They need to eliminate this thing. They can understand that. They need to add this thing in, and together we're already making progress towards getting their process and the action that they're taking more dialed in to achieve their weight loss goal. Same goes with business and business coaching. For example, as a business coach, a lot of the clients coming in are really marketing very randomly the offers that they're selling. They have no real strategic approach behind what they're doing. And because of that, they have no real awareness around the inputs that they're taking every day to achieve the goals they're working towards. So what we need to eliminate is these random acts of marketing, and we need to instill a system to start dialing in and understanding the actions that we're taking every day to be more strategic in our marketing and sales process. On the flip side, in business, like what I do as a business coach, a lot of times when clients come in, it's much more about getting them to eliminate the things that they're doing that they don't need to do, and getting them to double down on the few things they need to do more of. Just like I talked on earlier, those 4% of activities that drive their business forward. So for example, clients may come in and they may be spending, if they're a Facebook organic marketer, let's say 30 minutes a day feed priming, 30 minutes a day cold outreach. So as a coach, as I'm structuring my training and I'm thinking about where are my clients coming in at, although I know that they're all coming in at a little bit of a different point, there's foundations behind what I can share with them to get them to understand, hey, this is what we should focus less on, and this is what we should focus more on. And if I can position this to them early on in my training or early on in my coaching program, this is going to put them in a position to already come out of the gates in my program, get some quick wins, and get some momentum building. It's less about the negatives and positives and more about eliminating the things that they don't need and adding in the things that drive fuel, and adding in more things and adding in the few things that lead to momentum and growth. Another simple example of this could be, as we're on screen here on the same topic as a business coach, you may know that many of your clients come in maybe as beginners thinking that the best way for them to go about their online business is to publish across multiple platforms to start and try to master multiple platforms at once. So you may say, you know what we're going to do to start here in this program is we're going to eliminate all of the channels that we're focused on right now, or the channels that you're publishing on, and just focus on one channel. So you as a coach may say, eliminate all channels but one, and double down on one single channel that you feel that you understand the best, or that you're getting the best results with right now, or the channel that maybe you recommend as a coach. But the point is, it's clearly showing them, hey, we need to do less of this and take a few of these things away because it's slowing your growth down, and we need to double down on this one thing because this is what's going to lead to momentum and growth for your business. And this is also super helpful for you as a coach when you're developing your own coaching structure and the way that you're going about delivering to your clients within that series of training videos, that course that you're creating, or within your coaching program as a whole. Just thinking about the way that you want to structure that hierarchy of training from top to bottom, starting from the beginning of the foundational things that they need to eliminate and focus on, to later on as they start to grow a little bit further, get those initial clients in, maybe validate that coaching offer like we're talking on here, hit that first 10K month. Now what's next? Well, they need to focus on adding in next and eliminating from there. Because the point is, every new level of growth we hit in our online business, for example, requires new problems to be solved, requires new things to be eliminated and new things to be doubled down on to get to that next level. From there, as they consume those training videos and follow along with your course that's in that sequential order, they're able to attend the group calls to get support with the questions that they have from the action that they're taking along the way. And then ultimately, they're able to have those one-to-one calls with you, like in the program that I built, to have that customized plan and customized guidance along the way so we can pivot, adjust, and align the plan specific to their business and their goals. Also making them feel in a way that, hey, what is being delivered to them is personalized and customized to them. It's not just some cookie cutter course they're following along with. It's taking the core foundation of what works and what you teach, but also wrapping it into a customized solution for them and unique to their business. So in closing this video, the main message I really wanted to get across, the value that I wanted to provide in this video, is about how to think about structuring your offer in a way that people not only want to pay you lots of money for, but want to continue to pay you money for over and over again. This is what allows you to go from hitting your first 10K month and winning a cool award like this to being able to write a book on how you achieve 3 consecutive multi-six-figure years through the strategies that you've developed and teach to others along the way. And if we're able to dial in that process so our clients are progressively getting more wins, more results, and showing us that they're more satisfied than ever before, we know that we're always making our program better, we're doing the right thing as a coach, and we're gonna continue to see that program grow and grow month after month along with it. And before you know it, you may find yourself building a program that's changed the lives of hundreds of people and that's gone on to become a multiple six-figure asset, like the program that I've created along my journey as well. Hopefully this video helps as I share my perspective and insight and the way that I look at going about creating and structuring a coaching offer that covers the buckets of what your clients or potential clients really want coming into investing into that coaching. And from there, how can we take the skill and the knowledge that we have for our niche and what we teach and the solutions that we provide and break it down in a way that's as clarity driven as possible for our students that come in, while still covering the core buckets of what they need along the way with accountability, support, personalized guidance, and access to get into where they want to go. That's all I got for today's video. So if you got value from this one, again, before you head out, it'd mean the world to me if you smash that thumbs up button before you go, hit the subscribe button before you head out so you're not missing out on any future videos that we drop on the channel here, with us dropping new videos each and every week. And if you have not yet already, be sure to grab a copy of my new book. It's literally just $7.60, and it is the most actionable guide that I have ever released. 71 pages of action-driven content that I know can help many of you watch this video and transform your business into getting on the path to building a predictable six-figure business. And for those of you that are ready for more and want to work directly with me at a higher level in my one-to-one or group coaching program to create, launch, and scale your coaching offer to 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, and beyond, link is in the description below as well to apply for a call with me and my team to chat further about how we may be able to support you in achieving your online business goals. Thanks again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you back on the next video very soon. Peace.